Bring the Stigler Board of Education regular meeting to order on Monday, December the 9th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Members present are David, Kenny, Jennifer, and Susan. We move on to the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer by Kason Sharber.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing everybody to make it here safely and allow them to make it home safely. Thank you for not making it too cold today and allow us to have not too cold weather in the future either for our workers outside and inside. Thank you for the days past and protect our hearts are with the families down the street for the young woman and peace and love.
Amen. Thank you, Kason.
Thank you, Kason.
Thank you. Okay, it's time to move on to the approval of the minutes from the November the 11th, 2024 meeting. Any changes?
No changes.
Motion approved.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by Jennifer to approve the minutes from the November 11th, 2024 meeting. Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. This time we move on to approval of encumbrances.
Okay. On our general fund, the first one, a little different, $255. That is for our drug and alcohol counseling. That's for the kids that don't pass the drug test. We provide them counseling. PO 258 is just for 9 additional phone jacks and the new addition at the grade school. We didn't have those in the original bid, and that's a new addition. PO 260, that's for the gas, that's for the ag, for their oxygen and acetylene. 262 is for that grant through the Great Plains Pipeline for that playground equipment. That's $20,000, and that's what that is for. PO 70144 through 80116 are payroll encumbrances.
In case you can't see it.
And PO 6 for building fund. That is Cedar Creek. That's for some civil engineering we had to have done. Just kind of an additional one we did for the new, the drainage on the new, how it's going to hit the road and all that. And PO for child nutrition 21 is for the air conditioner in the grade school, and then the 90014 is for our payroll encumbrance for that one we hired last month. And that is our encumbrances.
I'll make a motion to approve the encumbrances.
A second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Kenny to approve the encumbrances as listed. David?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. It's time to move on to other financial reports.
Okay. Hidden back here. There we go. Okay. You look here, we've got the 5-year plan, and kind of overall, look, our subtotal 3796. We're kind of in line where we've been, so everything's kind of going smooth. We're up a little bit on our payroll from last month. A lot of that is our OTEP, that one-time stipend for our OTEP teachers, and we also paid our football staff, not staff, but our workers for the games. Bills down a little bit from last year. If you look here, just about 18,000 down, but we're still, overall, we're about 14,000 more than last year. But like I said, as you see, we're still in line where we've been. Overall, you see in our total, we're at 3.779. Building fund, we know that's going to start dropping, but we're in good shape there. And I don't remember last month, that's a lot better than last month, and it's going to be better. Today, they said we could file our October claim, but there's still a glitch because they couldn't. So hopefully we'll get that going, but like I said, it's moving right along. But right now, everything's in good shape and kind of right where we expect it to be, and we'll be just fine. That is the other financials.
time we move on to public comment. The Board of Education invites public comment at this point in the regular meeting. A, comments concerning agenda items in accordance with policy BED-R. No one present for that. Information items. A, superintendent report.
Okay, we are already 1 week away from our end of our fall semester. It's going quickly. We have several activities happening this week. The high school speech team will perform their Christmas play tomorrow for the elementary school in the 5th grade, and then also tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock for the public. The speech team, remember, donates all the proceeds for those in need. They buy presents for the kids in need, so we appreciate them putting that on. The band is having its Christmas concert next Monday evening at 6:30 for 7th through 12th. The 5th and 6th grade band concert is this Thursday at 6:30. High school basketball season started. The girls won their first game last week against Heaton. The boys lost. There was supposed to be a game Friday at Tallahena, but they're still in football, so that's why that was canceled. They both play at Westfield this evening. So this is one of those times where I'm glad we had a board meeting. Never fun driving to Westfield. And then both teams will compete in the Gore tournament starting Thursday evening. We play at 5:30 and 7. This week we should finish up taking our IXL, our mid-year benchmark tests, and so we're going to be able to present these results at the January or the February board meeting. We'll make sure we have our report card results too. If they're public by then, we can present those as well. The grade school construction is progressing smoothly. It's really starting to take shape. They're putting the ceiling tiles in this week. They already have about half of them in. And, you know, Kenny and I went through it Thursday, but now they've already got the ceiling tiles in good. So I think
Really nice.
I think by the next board meeting, you know, barring who knows what happened, but I think we'll be really close to completing.
Yeah, 'cause they were talking about maybe trying to move in during.
Yeah, I think it's going to be after
Christmas,
that.
but
I don't think
yeah,
we're going to make that.
I didn't think
but
it was gonna.
Yeah.
We were talking. David and I were talking about
yeah,
that. How it
I
was
don't
gonna.
think we'll make
Hard
that.
for us to believe. The last time we were in there, what, month or so ago,
Mhm.
maybe.
It's going to be close because as soon as they get the ceiling tiles in, they can start the flooring. But it's. I mean, then they got to do all the punch list, and they really don't want us in until they fix. You know, because
Mhm.
when you move in, things can get. But I'm pretty happy with it. I think we're going to be in good shape. Good shape.
Still ahead of schedule.
Yeah, it's still. I
Yeah.
mean, we're going to be good, and we've
Okay.
got all of our ESSER money's done. All that's completed. We've already been reimbursed for all of it, so that's over with. We filed our. Since we're using federal money, we had to file it. It's kind of like a lien, I guess you put on the property that shows that they paid for that. Basically, we can't ever sell it. Is what that means. If we do sell it, we've got to pay them back and all that stuff. So we had to file that, and that's why one of our action topics is about that safety deposit box. We're going to make sure of everything where it needs to be, but I'll discuss that more later.
Okay.
And that is the superintendent's report.
Okay, it's time to move on to action topics. Action topic A, annual reevaluation and consideration of Indian policies and procedures.
Okay, that's a requirement for our impact aid, and like, you know, I know I said the same thing last year, is we don't qualify, but we're still working. It takes 3% of our total school enrollment that live on qualified Indian land or low-income housing, and those new Indian houses do qualify. We just need to they keep building them. We're going to get to that 3%. I think so. It's,
I make a motion we approve the Indian policies and procedures.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Jennifer, to approve the evaluation and consideration of the Indian policies and procedures. David?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic B, consideration of Stigler Public Schools student transfer policy and establishment of district capacity limits.
Okay, this is just our quarterly review of the current policy, and we don't need to make any changes at this time.
Make a motion to approve the Stigler Public Schools student transfer policy and district capacity limits are to stay the same.
Motion made by David, seconded by Jennifer, to approve the Stigler Public School student transfer policy and establishment of district capacity limits. David?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic C, consideration of approval to remove David Morgan from the First Start Safety Deposit Box number 52D and add Thomas Kettle, superintendent, as signer. Also to rent an additional 10 by 10 safety deposit box The signers of the safety deposit boxes will be Thomas Kettles, Liddy Hamlin, and Judy Hamlin.
Okay, this just removes David and adds me for our safety deposit box. And the other part about that, we're gonna rent an additional box to ensure all of our titles, deeds, and all those papers are in the safety deposit box. We had a lot of them back here, because, I don't know, we've tried for several years, I know, to try to get another box. They haven't had one available, so now they do, and so it's $100 a year for the additional box. But big part of the reason we went to the safety deposit box was try to find the title for our, the old grade school down there, which, it was 1940, so there is a paper in there that kind of says something, so we added that. Then it said, I mean, I don't, well, I mean, we're pretty sure that's what it's talking about. It's, block 35, I believe, or something like that. It kind of shows, but it's not anything like a deed nowadays. But we got that out to add it's a form we have to add to it that says we built the school using federal money. But that's why we got the safety deposit box, to add that to it. So if anybody ever comes by and we were trying to sell it and they do a title search, it'll come up that, hey, the federal government owns some of that. But that's what that's for.
I make a motion to approve removing David Morgan from the First Star Safety Deposit Box 52D and add Thomas Kettle as superintendent as signer, and to rent an additional 10x10 safety deposit box.
I'll second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Kenny to approve to remove David Morgan from the First Star Safety Deposit Box number 52D and add Thomas Kettle, superintendent, as signer. Also to rent an additional 10x10 safety deposit box. And the signers of the safety deposit boxes will be Thomas Kettles, Lindy Hamlin, and Judy Hamlin. David?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic D, consideration of revised school employees as officials game duty pay scale for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, we haven't used a school employee as a certified official for several years. We happened to use one the other day for a junior high game, and we just need to pay them the same amount we pay the other certified officials. And this just ups it to what we're paying them.
I'll make a motion that we approve the revised school employees as officials game duty pay scale for the 24-25 school year.
I'll second.
Motion made by Jennifer, seconded by David to approve the revised school employees as official game duty pay scale for the 24-25 school year. Jennifer?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. It's time we move on to executive session. A proposed executive session to discuss and act upon the following business pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B1 of the Open Meeting Act. Number 1, assessment of the performance of Superintendent Thomas Kettles and renewing of his contract for the 25-26 school year. Number 2, discussion of resignation of Crystal Bryant, kindergarten teacher assistant, effective November 18th, 2024. And number 3, discussion of employment of kindergarten teacher assistant for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Make a motion to convene executive session. I'll second.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by Jennifer at 8:43 p.m. to convene an executive session. Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
David? What'd I say?
8.
Oh, did I really? 5:43. Okay. Did I really? Okay. 5:43 p.m. Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Thank you.
Turn to open session.
I'll second.
You can have it.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by David to return the board to open session at 6:19 p.m. Kenny?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Members present during executive session were David Huggins, Kenny Whitson, Jennifer Turner, and Susan White. Superintendent Dr. Tom Kettles was also present. No motion nor votes were taken.
Just say we renew him. I make a motion that we renew Dr. Tom Kettles as contract for the 25-26 school year.
Second.
Motion made by Jennifer, seconded by Kenny to renew the contract for Superintendent Dr. Tom Kettles for the 25-26 school year. Jennifer?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes.
I make a motion that we accept the resignation of Crystal Bryant, kindergarten teacher assistant, effective November 18th, 2024.
I'll second.
Motion made by Jennifer, seconded by David to accept the resignation of Crystal Bryant, kindergarten teacher assistant, effective November 18th, 2024. Jennifer?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And Susie, yes.
I make a motion to approve the employment of Misty Boatman as kindergarten teacher assistant for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
I'll second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Jennifer to approve the employment of kindergarten teacher assistant Misty Boatman for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. This time we move on to new business.
No new business.
Okay.
Motion we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion made by Kenny, seconded by Jennifer at 6:21 PM to adjourn. Kenny?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Next regular meeting, January 13th, 2025.
Yay.
New Year.